What's up, powerful people? It's your girl, and I want to talk about something. And don't I always want to talk about something? But this one, I think is really important. There's a popular phrase that is being used, sometimes overused. No, I won't say it's overused, because I think it's a really good thing that we are talking about it. But the more I'm speaking with people, their idea of this thing isn't what it really is. That thing is emotional intelligence. Y'all know that's my jam. That is the foundation of everything that I do. It's the foundation of everything that I teach. Emotional intelligence is the foundation of the work. So what I'm seeing is that a lot of people equate emotional intelligence with controlling your emotions. And that's not what it is. That's not what it is at all. So I want to dig into it a little bit. This is going to be a sliver, a crash course almost. And we can always get into some of the areas more directly in another video. I can't expound on everything, or this video would be so long. So I got notes here because I know I could go on and on. I love emotional intelligence. I love it. I love the subject of it. I love to teach it. I love to help people grow in this area. It's a muscle. I love to help people build it up. So I can get away with myself and run off into tangents like I am now. All right, I'm gonna stick to the notes. All right, so how did this thing even come about? How did emotional intelligence become a thing? Well, it's been researched for years. However, it became popular in the mid-90s when Daniel Goleman wrote a book entitled Emotional Intelligence. And I'll pin a picture of it here. So after that book came out, it became super popular. But how we even got there is that people had this idea a long time ago that the level of success was predicated on your level of intelligence or your IQ. There were studies upon studies that found that average IQ individuals were crushing and outperforming high IQ individuals about 70% of the time. And so they're like, okay, it got to be something else going on here. And that's when emotional intelligence became a thing. And it was discovered that EQ is critical. You got IQ, EQ. And that's just to save me from saying the 8 syllables of emotional intelligence every single time. I may say EQ, I may say EI. Same thing. Anyway, that's when it was said that EQ is very critical to long-term success. Let's get into it. There's two major components. You have the intrapersonal and the interpersonal. And I know y'all have heard me talk about this, but I'm gonna break it down just a little bit more, okay? So intrapersonal, that's your awareness of your own emotions, your own moods, your own motives. And then it's also the ability to manage and redirect them and your behavior. To be able to manage and redirect your own behavior, okay? And then the interpersonal deals with social awareness. That's the external stuff. So social awareness and the ability to manage relationships and how these things work hand in hand. And I mentioned it in a video the other day that the more you work on your intrapersonal, the better your interpersonal is. There are 5 areas that comprise, it's not just one thing. There are 5 areas that make up EQ. So I want to talk a little bit about those. We have self-awareness, managing emotions, motivating oneself, empathy, and social skill. Okay? So when we talk self-awareness, this is by far the core of it for sure. Recognizing what we feel. Recognizing what we feel. It changes it a whole lot when you go from how you feel to what you feel. We've got to get good about finding what it is we're feeling. And also we have to get good about learning what our habitual emotional responses are. When we are highly, and here go another buzzword, and I'm sorry, but triggered. I know, trigger gets used so much. When you are triggered into a space where it's high emotions, right? You usually have a conditioned way that you respond. And that is our subconscious. That's your autopilot. By the time you're 7, those automatic responses are set, and we usually stick true to them deep down inside throughout our adult life. Let's go to managing emotions. And I know you guys would think this is the controlling, but it's not controlling. What it is it's the ability to be focused and think clearly during high emotional events. That's not saying that the emotion won't be there. It's being able to think clear and be focused, even in the middle of how you feel. Now, there's another piece of EQ that's important to know. It's constant communication between two parts of your brain: your limbic system, which is your emotional area, and then you have your prefrontal cortex, which is your rational thinking area. So the communication between those two parts of your brain is what helps you to be focused and think clear during high emotions. And most times that is not in balance for most of us, as you can see. Anywho, let's go to motivating oneself. Motivating oneself means that you have the ability to use your emotions to guide you towards your goals. It is not for us to suppress emotions or act like they're not there. Emotions are messengers. They're energy in motion. It's messengers to tell you how you're feeling. It can sometimes protect you. There's so many different reasons why emotions come up, but they definitely point to areas where you can grow and heal. So they're messengers. Don't suppress them. You use them to guide you towards your goals. Then we have empathy. Most of us know what empathy is. It's that the ability to sense and to understand and to respond to other people's feelings. Even though we know what it is, you can scroll social media and tell that we do not operate in the skill very well. We just don't. Like, come on. Moving on. Then we have social skill. Social skill is the ability to manage, influence, and inspire emotions in others. Or that's the area where it's about handling the emotions within relationships. And when I say relationships, I mean all types of ships: familial, business, and romantic. All 5 of those together work together for determining how high or low our level of IQ is. Hey, I'm not gonna go too much further. I love y'all. Have a wonderful day. Stay powerful.